Now, here's an interesting political element in this whole thing and why why 5 investment banks have disappeared in the last 2 months. In 2003 and 2004, the SEC, under pressure, I believe, I don't know this for a fact, from the very large investment banks, made an exception to the reserve requirement rule. Investment banks, according to the SEC, had to have 10% reserve requirements. They passed a little innocuous exception which said if you were bigger than $1 trillion, your reserve requirements only had to be 3%. And so that applied to 5 banks: Bear Stearns, Merrill Lynch, Lehman Brothers, Morgan Stanley, and Goldman Sachs. 3 of those have disappeared. And it's not hard to see that if you've got a bunch of assets and 3% capital and your assets fall by more than 3%, you're suddenly in the red. You're not there anymore. And so 3 of these banks have disappeared, and they sort of got what they asked for. You know, they wanted, with 30 to 1 leverage, anybody can make money. And especially investment bankers. They're like Wolverines on speed. You know, they're just going all the time. And so, in a sense, these guys kind of did it to themselves. And the only 2 left, Morgan Stanley and Goldman Sachs, of course, aren't investment banks anymore. They decided they wanted to be real banks because there's insurance for that. Yes. So they switched.